please raise your hand if you have a question.
Hi, Sandy. With Steph and Han sidelined, this is the second game in a row now that we've seen both JJ and Niara get into foul trouble. Has there been any thoughts to adding another forward and adding some more depth with one of the hardship spots, or is this an internal thing and a discipline thing?
Yeah, I mean, there's no thoughts of bringing anyone else in. Hopefully, we just got to weather the storm right now. But yeah, they're a big team. They really hurt us, but just have a little bit more discipline.
Thank you. And then for either Sab or Breanna, Dallas turned the ball over just twice today, and they committed just 4 turnovers when you saw them last month. What were they doing so well to maintain their composure and prevent you guys from playing in transition? Because that's where you do play at your best, it seems.
I mean, I think that they just, like you said, they did a good job keeping their composure. 2 turnovers is pretty incredible, but shows that, we weren't the aggressors on defense, and we need to be better.
Hey, all, sorry, don't go your way today. Coach, my first question for you, to kind of build off what Miles said, how much does this team miss Steph Dolson right now, in a manner of speaking, in both her on-court contributions to the stat sheet as well as her leadership?
Yeah, I mean, obviously she's an experienced player and gets what we're trying to do and has played against these big players. So yeah, it would add more depth. Of course, we miss her, but she's not going to be here for a few more weeks, and she's doing the best to get back healthy, and hopefully she'll be back on the court sooner than later. But in the meantime, she is a loss. She's a good player. That's why she's on this roster. She's experienced, and not just on the defensive end, but offensively as well too, with making it work a little bit better.
Absolutely. Sabrina, my next question is for you. What was it like to go up against Tariq on the floor today, because you two did battle in the three-point contest last week, and you guys kind of had a rematch out there today a little bit. She hit 4, you hit 5. So what's it like with going up against Tariq, and how has she improved her game most over the past few years?
Yeah, I mean, it's the New York Liberty versus Dallas. I didn't really think very much of going against her. So yeah.
Fair enough. And Breanna, how much from a player's perspective, how much did things change after Dallas called timeout in the early going? You guys went up 5, and then Dallas called timeout. So what did Dallas adjust the most, and what could you guys have done differently?
I mean, when your coach has to call that first timeout, it's not going to be great. So I think they were able to kind of pick it up, obviously, and I'm not sure what the run went on after that, but we struggled to score the rest of that quarter. And anytime we're in the teens scoring, it's going to be tough, especially when they have tons of offensive weapons.
Hey, Sandy. You noted pregame that you don't have a lot of doubt about this team being able to win games even when the leads, collapse. But I'm curious how you reconcile that confidence with also seeing how today's game concluded and played out.
Yeah, look, obviously, All-Star break, a bit of a break, but it's been building up a little bit. We played a really good team today. They beat Vegas, and they exploit us just with their size, their length, size on offense and length on defense. But it's a great test for us. That's good. The more we play against those teams, I think you just have to work out how we can beat them. There's things we could have done better, that I could have done better. But that's part of we've got to make sure that we just get locked in now and learn from this and make sure, get ready to beat Washington.
What are some of those things that you think you could have done better?
No, I think I'll keep that to myself and the team, not you guys.
Okay. And Sabrina, what do you think losing like this tells you about what the group needs to do in the future to play more focused on defense?
I mean, we know what we have to do. Whether we won or lost, that wasn't going to determine the things that we need to work on. For us, we know we need a defensive rebound. We need to box out. We need to continue to take care of the ball and get good looks offensively, especially when things are stagnant and we hadn't scored in a while. So for us, this isn't necessarily a game that's going to determine what we need to do. We know what we need to do, and we got exploited tonight, so we got to go into to Washington with a different mentality on continuing to improve in the areas that we need to.
And Stewie, for you, what do you think this game teaches the group about what is necessary to do when those shots aren't falling?
I think continuing to do the little things, the dirty work. I don't think we overreact from this game. And, I say this a lot, but I feel every team in the WNBA is talented and can beat anybody on any given night. But with that being said, when shots aren't falling, to get to the basket, to put pressure on the refs to make a call, small victories that can lead to bigger things.
Hi, everybody. Sandy. On the night, Dallas had 12 offensive rebounds, and on days, I guess going forward, when you're shorthanded in your front court and your current bigs are in foul trouble, what's something you're going to stress to the rest of the players that are out there to make sure that you sort of do better on the boards in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they get positioned really early. We had a strategy in place, didn't really work, but it was more like we had to gang rebound a little bit more and stay in plays, and they just got position here, and we kind of bailed them out, sending them to the foul line. So, it's an area that we can work on. We don't see a lot of players like that, so we'll certainly learn from it. And but now it's just got to focus on a totally different team in Washington.
Thanks. And for Sabrina and Breanna, Marine hit 3 3-pointers off the bench, which was her best shooting performance in quite some time. I know the team has talked a lot about just sort of keeping her confidence up and providing her that reassurance. Just how do you think a game like this will sort of help her get that confidence back to where she usually is?
Well, sometimes you just got to see one go through. Marine's been playing fine for us. We know what she's able to accomplish and what she brings every time she steps onto the floor. And so it's always nice to see one go through, and I'm excited to see her continue to grow.
Hey, Coach, piggybacking on Brian's question, Marine was able to get some production off the bench, but aside from her, there wasn't much production from the other players. Was there anything scheme-wise or any message you tried to give them during the game to try to get them going to kind of get back into the game?
We're trying to be aggressive. They win a lot of isolations and post-ups. Wasn't a lot of pick and rolls. And they had really good patience, to be quite honest. They got into their sets, and, really worked out and found the wide open looks. And if they didn't make the shot, they were in a position to rebound, and that kind of took us out of our running game a little bit too. So, but yeah, look, I think we just have to learn from it and get ready for the next game, and we'll learn a ton. And the more you play teams like this, the better you'll get, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
This is my question's for Sabrina. Win or lose, you have a fandom that just admires, supports you, specifically with the youth. We had a lot of youth in attendance tonight. A lot of posters, one saying a girl flew out from Alabama or drove down just to see you and that you inspired her. How does it feel to just be impacting youth, specifically little girls that come out to just watch you guys play?
It's super important. That's why we play the game, is to continue to inspire. And, today was the kids' game. We were able to hear it. And, making sure that we keep our heads up. And I don't even think half of them knew what the score was because they were still cheering at the end. And that's perspective and, making sure that we're playing the game the right way because it's a lot bigger than us and what we stand for, and continuing to be those role models for a lot of the young kids that are in attendance. And a lot of them don't care what the score is, but they watch how you react to losing, winning, how you carry yourself. And that's really what's important, because if we can leave a good impression on at least one kid, we've done our job.
Thank you.
Thank you.